Today, we are going to talk about the three trading routes. I'm Buffett, and this is my partner Jasper. The Silk Road was well known and did some testing by the Han Dynasty, but was only officially opened and started to trade in the 130 BC.
So, the goods in China, there's tea and silk. China had a lot of goods: tea, China, porcelain, and silk. The main country or empire they traded was the Roman Empire, which just loved the silk and represented nobility, so the Romans would buy and import lots and lots of silk, giving China an economic boost, offering them iron, silver, gold, and weapons.
When the town was destroyed and ruined at the 10th century, gave a devastating blow to the Silk Road, but it really declined at 13 when the Mongols and nomadic tribes were conquering.
In China was made by a secret method. Even though the Europeans got to know how to make the silk, they had to try to keep the silkworms alive, which was for them impossible because of the climate. That was what made the silk so precious and turned Rome into a trade deficit. The Romans would give China tons and tons of ivory, silver, and gold for the silk, and also porcelain and tea.
But it's such a long way. We also have a rabbit.
Well, the profits and prosperity it brought for the bordering countries and tribes was so large, China and Rome and the bordering countries would send large troops to protect it. Also, Oh, I know. And not just only did they trade silk and gold, but also along with it brought culture throughout the route. For example, Buddhism spread from India to China and became the biggest religion there. It also spread ideas, technology, and philosophies. Although the Western philosophy did not spread to China, a lot of other things did. It was the start of the spice trade at the 5th century, but only completely opened and started at the 6th century. It started between India and Rome basically, and there were spices.
At the time, the spice trade wasn't really popular. The main trade route was in Silk Road, so it didn't play a big role on trading. India was not strong in the 15th century. At that time, the spice trade grew to its peak because two of the main competitors are gone now. The Silk Road and IOTN are ended. Also, many of the European countries and empires wanted spices, and Portugal controlled the sea road to it, so they had the best economy at the time, and they were rich and went into a short golden age where they were prosperous. Which is, let me guess, opium.
That's right. Brilliant observation, Sherlock Buffett. So, the British would import lots and lots of opium into China, turning the trade deficit upside down. However, the Chinese government did not like it at all.
Oh, I remember some from 5th grade Mandarin class. Isn't this Lin guy?
Lin Zexu.
Oh, right. Well, the empire sent him to burn down and destroy up to 20,000 chests of opium, which made the British upset. There was ongoing opium destroying and protecting between China and Britain.
At last, they signed the Treaty of Nanjing in the summer of 1842. The British won at last, forcing China to give up and giving Britain Hong Kong, and they lived happily ever after, not for the Chinese.
The Indian Ocean Trading Network, which stands for IOTN. The Indian Ocean Trading Network started at 880 with small settlements trading, then becoming one of the biggest trades on Earth. It was the only biggest trade on sea at the time.
The Indian Ocean trade declined and ended at about the same time as the spice trade came to its highest peak. And there was a direct variation and impact between these two, because not just did the spice trade steal the business and all the money from the IOTN, but when Portugal tried to take it over,
because the Portuguese found a sea road to India, so they controlled the spice trade and took over almost all of the IOTN, and the spice trade was so popular at the time, many countries tried to go to war with Portugal.
At the time, the spice trade grew to its peak because two of its main competitors are now gone. The Silk Road and IOTN have ended. Also, many of the European countries and empires wanted spices, and Portugal controlled the sea road to it. So they had the best economy at the time, and they grew rich, and they were in a short golden age, and they were prosperous.
The climate change was the exchange of mainly agricultural goods and diseases between the European and Native Americans.